Hey guys, this is Ray, owner of DRP Motorsports. Welcome back to the shop. And today I'm doing a video that somebody asked me to do. So basically, I'm updating the update when it comes to the videos that I did about S650 or 24 plus Mustang tuning. So, done a couple of videos, been about 8 months since I've done the last one, over a year since I've done the first one. And as you can see in the backdrop, you don't see my white 24 anymore. I don't have it. I made a business decision as well as a personal decision to sell it. Just didn't, couldn't justify keeping it, and for several reasons. But one of the reasons is I can't tune it, and that brings me to doing this video. Some of you guys have been asking what's been going on, because I did try to share some optimism about being able to tune the 24 Mustangs. And honestly, I did have quite a bit of optimism early. So let me back up and explain that optimism. So I got a 24 Mustang just as soon as I could get my hands on one. And like many people, I was anticipating that we would be able to tune them, relatively soon. I knew that there would be, wouldn't be able to tune them for a little while, but I was hoping, within 6 or 8 months to be able to tune it. And, in the tuning business, I have contact with several software manufacturers, tuner manufacturers, to make the devices and software that I use to tune your guys' cars. So, in talking with them, at first, they were very hopeful about being able to tune them and tune them relatively quick. They did know that Ford had changed the security on it. Ford, made that announcement. They knew that it was going to be a challenge, but it all revolves around architecture of the new MG1 PCM that's in these cars. And there's other manufacturers that uses that same PCM, ECM, whatever you want to call it. And they had already found ways to get around some security that was done for other manufacturers. So naturally, they thought, they would be able to find a back door into the Mustang ECMs, as well as the new F-150s and also the new Ford Explorers. Basically, anything 2024, 2025, and newer from Ford is going to have this new security on it. Well, they were very hopeful. They shared their optimism with me, and I shared the optimism with you guys. Fast forward to right now. The software manufacturers have tried, and they've exploited what they knew would work in other circumstances. But long story short, they have found out that being able to tune the new MG1 setup on the 24 plus Mustangs, F-150s, yada, 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 it's probably not going to happen outside of being a Ford partner. It's a lot of technicality there, but basically Ford did, well, let me back up a second. These ECMs are made by Bosch. Bosch did what Ford asked them to do and set up the security so that it couldn't be cracked outside of Ford's blessing, okay? So when Ford first announced the 24 Mustang, they made an announcement. I believe it was Jim Owens himself said that only a Ford partner would be able to custom tune the 24 and newer Mustang. Well, that is the truth. So as you know right now, only Whipple and Roush have access to tuning these things, and that is for their supercharger kits. I have heard some rumors that Ford Performance is going to be offering some tuning for naturally aspirated setups. It won't be E85. It'll be 93 if that happens. Ford doesn't do E85 tunes. But I've heard some rumors that may be going to happen. But, for guys like me and other shops that do custom tuning for Mustangs and F-150s, it's probably not going to happen ever. And if it does, it won't be anytime soon. And why is that? So I've been doing some digging and been trying to figure out why Ford would lock these down to keep most of the aftermarket out. Long story short is this. I've talked with some people that work in and around Ford. I haven't talked with any of the big wigs up top. I haven't talked with any of the Mustang engineers, so don't say that I did. But I've talked with some people that know, would have a good idea. And I've talked with other people in the tuning industry and kind of come up with a general consensus. Two main reasons why Ford has got the new ECMs locked. Number one is problems with warranty claims. So my understanding is that Ford loses a good bit of money from warranty claims on Mustangs, F-150s, and they have a good reason to suspect that a lot of these claims come from aftermarket tuning, and quite often the case is they can't prove it, so they have to eat whatever's tore up, so they have to pay that claim. And my understanding, it costs Ford a lot of money. Number two is pressure from the government in emission standards. So basically, to make sure that the government doesn't come knocking on Ford's door, Ford basically wants everything to be CARB certified. Now, if you're keeping up with relevant news, what's going on right now, CARB may be being stripped of its power and things may not necessarily need to be CARB certified, all 50 states no more. But that's something that remains to be seen. But two main reasons: warranty issues and emissions issues. So Ford wanted to have total control. So they have put a security system in place that, as far as I know, cannot be cracked without Ford's blessing. Will that ever be cracked? We don't know. Odds are it probably never will be, because my way I understand it is they've done a really good job. Will Ford ever let the guard down and basically open up a door to allow this to happen in the future? Possibly. I don't know. But only time will tell there. Why did we have access prior to 2024? Well, basically, Ford has always left the door open in the ECM. Even though they put some security in place, they've left back doors open, knowing that the aftermarket would figure it out and get in. And that's just the way it's been up until 2024. But now Ford has total control on everything. They're keeping most of the aftermarket out. You've got to be a Ford approved partner with CARB certified calibrations in order to meet Ford's requirements to be able to custom tune the 24 Mustang. So guys, I hate to sound pessimistic, but at this point I have to bring in reality. So that's where it stands. That's my opinion on why they did it. And it's also my opinion as far as the possibility of being able to custom tune them. I hope somebody sees this video and gets really fired up like a software engineer and says, no, I'm going to prove you wrong. I hope they do that, because I hope I am wrong. And I hope we can tune 24 Mustangs next week, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, guys. And I hate to tell you that. As always, guys, I want to bring you good content, relevant information, and I appreciate your support following along my channel. Anyways, God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you again soon.